Introduction. After reading the task, our group met and we came to a conclusion that there are concerns that hinder collaborative learning. To address these concerns, we would look at the 48 Laws of Power by Greene 1998 and critique these laws as it pertains to us as a group. We would first look at what is collaborative learning.
Collaborative learning requires working together towards a common goal. This type of learning has been called by various names: cooperative learning, collaborative learning, collective learning, learning communities, peer teaching, peer learning, or team learning. What they have in common is that they all incorporate group work. However, collaboration is more than cooperation. And collaboration whole process of learning. More importantly, it means that students are responsible for one another's learning as well as their own, and the reaching their goal implies to the students that have helped each other to understand and learn. For collaborative learning to be effective, there should be both group goals and individual accountability. This means that the collaborative learning task must ensure that every group member has learned something. Collaborative learning also shows a relationship among learners that requires positive interdependence, a sense of sink or swim together, individual accountability. Each of us must have to contribute and learn. Interpersonal skill, communication, trust, leadership, decision making, and conflict resolution. Face-to-face, promotive interaction and processing, reflecting on how well the team is functioning and how to function even better.
Group formation. A group is defined as a number of individuals that are classed together because of similarity. The reflective practitioners of tomorrow comprise of Vanalita Thomas Ramdeen, Ifeula Bernard, Gillian Ghani, Andre Summers, and Nashan Janki. The reflective practitioners of tomorrow, group members, align themselves together to ensure not only for their holistic development, but to achieve both personal and communal learning goals. In order for our goals to be realized, it was necessary for members to cooperate with each other. Members of the reflective practitioners of tomorrow group are all unique, but we each possess critical elements that link us together. The group's goals are our ideals. They are our aims, which are defined by all members. There is definitely commitment to the pursuit of these common goals. Without this, the group will not be able to survive.
The reflective practitioners of tomorrow is seen as a dynamic whole. We communicate with one another often and have meaningful discussions. All members were positive and polite from the inception. Group members began to appreciate their colleagues' strengths. As members got to know each other, we began socializing, asking each other for help, and provided constructive feedback. We were able to identify with each other. This was extremely important. The development of a stronger commitment towards the team's goal was achieved, and we began to see the progress towards it. We all share beliefs and norms about areas of common interest. By joining reflective practitioners of tomorrow, members have been able to develop a sense of identity, belonging, deep knowledge, skills, and values and attitudes. My name is Gillian Ghani, and I'm currently a student at the University of St. Augustine. I have been a teacher at a private primary school in Trinidad for years. As a teacher, I'm dedicated in sharing good practice and continuously engaged in professional development through reflection. I believe one quality that makes me an excellent the ability to reflect on what happens, why and how I do things, and being able to adapt and develop my practice within lifelong learning.
My name is Ifeula Bernard. I am currently a student at the University of the West Indies, Open Campus, San Fernando, completing the Bachelor's of Educational Leadership and Management. As both an administrator and teacher of a primary school, I believe becoming a reflective practitioner is a quality that allows me to become and model a lifelong learner as personal growth and for future development at my school.
My name is Martin John, and I'm currently enrolled at the University of the West Indies Open Campus, reading for a bachelor's in education, educational leadership and management. Presently, I work at the Picton Presbyterian Primary School as a business operations assistant. I consider reflective practice as a reflective professional development tool of incorporating reflective practice in my day-to-day activities. As a reflective practitioner, I have learned to be open-minded, as this shows a willingness to consider new evidence as it occurs and to admit the possibility of error.
My name is Andre Thomas. I'm a student of the University of the West Indies Open Campus, Mona, Jamaica, where I'm pursuing a Bachelor in Education, Educational Leadership and Management. I believe that reflective practice facilitates the opportunity of examining my personal and professional experiences and plays an important decision-making role in all areas of an individual's life.
My name is Ronalita Thomas Ramdeen. I am currently at the University of the West Indies Open Campus reading for a Bachelor in Education, Educational Leadership and Management. I am a professional in that I am a teacher and I have the skill, knowledge and disposition to do the best that I can. To do so, I must learn to be a reflexive in my practice so that I would be a lifelong learner.
The reflective practitioners of tomorrow. Team members were thinking of names that came to mind when we think of the word reflection. We came up with the name the reflective practitioners of tomorrow because we all recognize that group members were lifelong learners and we all look towards the future. Ife will now tell us about the group's goals.
Thanks, Julian. To be part of a team that works together to overcome barriers, challenges that may hinder us from achieving our personal and professional goals. We would achieve these goals by having open and frequent discussions via social media, for example, WhatsApp and Skype.
Ife and Julian, I would also like to add, we would achieve our goals by receiving feedback from our tutors and peers. These are useful sources of data to assess our personal and professional development. We will also complete our goals by doing learning activities and to keep the artifacts of learning. Strengths and developmental needs. After completing a checklist, our group scored excellent. Our group comprised a successful collaboration because we set goals, we have working members and strong leadership. It was also noted that our group strengths are that we all believe that collaboration needs goals in order to be effective, open and clear communication among all members, plans for both short-term and long-term, obtaining and utilizing information, democratic power and decision-making, resources from all types of capital like environmental, in-kind, financial and human. We ensure supportive policies, laws and regulations are in place. Leadership, which impacts change within a group. Community development, which defines a vision and a mission of the group. We also noted that our group developmental needs are that we should make time for collaboration and that having good time management skills, ensuring that all members are heard and contributes to discussion, so we promote fairness. We have to work on promoting fairness and making sure we utilize all forms of resources.
The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene and Louis Elfers is a collection of laws based on historical and philosophical anecdotes. These laws are moral, meaning that they themselves don't take into account any sense of right or wrong. Instead, the law focuses on how one can increase their influence over any situation, regardless of the moral consequences of doing so. In other words, this book focuses on how to gain power in any situation regardless of whether it is morally right or wrong, and it uses specific anecdotes from history to illustrate these rules of power.
Critique of laws. Rather than going through all 48 laws, we selected laws worth commenting on that apply to our group. The other 22 rules are similar in nature. Ify, what do you think about the group's first law? Never outshine the master.
Well, in a group format, you should not have to make your leader feel superior and brilliant. It is all about respect for the position. Everyone in our group should leadership qualities. Some even stronger personalities, but simple respect to each other and the decision in choosing the leader. There is no need for the group leader to be dominant and the other group members to impress. Do you know the second law states, never put too much trust in friends, learn how to use enemies, and conceal your intentions? Our interpretation of this law basically states, to have a good enemy, choose a friend who knows where to strike. In our group, we are basically made up of strangers from different countries, cultures, and backgrounds, but we are professionals with one common goal. And in order to achieve that goal, we must all work together as our collaborative task will show one great. Julian, tell me about law number 3, conceal your intention.
But this law is about telling people what they want to hear, rather than the coarse and ugly truth of what you think or feel. In our group, this law can only work if a member tries to blend into the group and appear to be working. But this won't work as we encourage discussions from all, opinions and sharing of responsibilities. Ronna, tell us about always say less than necessary, the group's fourth law.
Okay, Jillian, this law states or promotes silence. Saying less can work or be practiced with caution. In the right situation, we can agree on. As a group, we encourage dialogue, but we also practice listening when a point is being put forth. Nashan, what do you think about law number 5?
Law number 5, get others to do work for you, but always take the credit. As a group, we utilize each other's ability. We realize that one person doing all the work, we won't accomplish much. Working as a group, we recognize each individual's skills or lack of, therefore assign tasks appropriately. Andre, can you tell us about law number 6?
Law number 6 states that we should win through actions, never through arguments. A Pyrrhic victory is a victory that inflicts such a devastating toll on the victor that it is tantamount to defeat. We as a team believe that we should demonstrate victory through what we do. Winning is an action word, so it's not what we say, but what we do that grants victory at the end of the day. Ifuela, tell us about law number 7.
Learn to keep people dependent on you. Naturally, some people don't act unless they are compelled to. But this should not be seen as an opportunity to take advantage of, or the other way around, using it as an excuse. The group is there to assist and help each other along, not to be dependent or take advantage of. Julian, I saw we also choose use selective honesty and generosity to disarm our victims. What do you think about that law?
Well, this one is very interesting because in our group we have no team members tough up. No one in the group is building a fake relationship with anyone to exploit them, but we are working together to build each other up. Ronna, do you think that there are any other laws that we can use for our group?
Yes, when asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. We in this group appeal to the self-interest of the group members. We remind each other of the importance of the course and the obligation we have to complete it in excellence. We are intrinsically motivated because of our own personal goals. Nashan, what about the next law?
Pose as a friend, work as a spy. With the collaborative task we are undertaking, there is no need to gather information on members' weaknesses and intentions. Yes, we need valuable information, but there is a suitable way to get this information That's why as a group we encourage collaborative discussion. Andre, can you tell us about another law that pertains to our group?
Yes, use absences to increase respect and honor. In our group, each member provides a valuable contribution towards activities and discussion. Ify, tell us something more.
How about do not build fortress to protect yourself? Isolation is dangerous. As a group, we believe isolation is dangerous, but we protect each other, we keep each other's interests and the group's interests. As a group, we try to be one step ahead of a given task. Our source of power does not come from firing, but from in-depth research, discussion, not only within the group, but among other groups.
Thank you, EJ. Do you know another law that applies to our group is know who you're dealing with? Do not offend the wrong person. We accept that there are different kinds of people in the world and that strategies may be viewed differently. But we don't oppose or judge. We find a common ground and work from there. Ron, you can tell us about the other law, please?
Do not commit to anyone. As a group, there is no independence, no taking sides, and definitely not playing with each other against each other. This is detrimental to any group. Nashan, what about concentrate your forces?
Yes, concentrate your forces. This applies to our group. This law focuses on the aspect that we only need to have one goal, one master, and one plan. As a group, we do have one goal, one team, and various combined aspects of a plan. We have a source of power and area of strength that we combine to achieve our goals. Isn't that so, Andre? If we just did another goal, which leads us to another law?
Yes, recreate yourself. As a group, we believe in mastering our own imagination rather than allowing others to define us. We believe in repositioning our thoughts and as such recreating ourselves through self-motivation. If we like, tell us about another law.
Yes.
Thanks, Andre. What about another law? Plan all the way to the end. We believe in setting realistic goals and a strategic action plan on how to accomplish our goals. We consider the various obstacles and setbacks that may occur, but we remain focused by keeping the goal in view. We believe that effective strategic planning which allows us to accomplish all that we set out to do. Julian, how about the other law which is make your accomplishments seem effortless?
Well, these two laws are closely linked. And make your accomplishments seem effortless. It's good to make your accomplishments seem effortless, but to persons outside the group, not within the group, we work towards these accomplishments together so that our outcome seems effortless. You want to tell us about the next law?
Alright, discovering each man's thumbscrew. In our group, through interaction, our weaknesses may either have been voiced or recognized. We all had a weakness in some area, but as a team, we assisted each other to overcome these weaknesses. Nashan, what about being royal in your own fashion? Act like a king to be treated like one.
Yes, this is another law that we discuss as a group. This law is true to itself. In our group, we maintain high standards. We are royal in our own fashion. It's brought us to another law, master the art of timing, that Andrew will be able to discuss with us. Andrew?
Yes, master the art of timing. In our group, we see time differently, not as a time to strike back, but as a means of effectively getting tasks done with respect for each other's time. If we like, tell us some more about another law.
Another law that applies to our group was avoiding stepping into a great man's shoes. Each group member knows that they cannot fill another man's shoes, so each member has their own strength, and they are encouraged to be themselves and shine in what they are best at. Preach the need of change, but never reform too much at once, was another law discussed. We believe and accept that change is necessary, therefore we embrace it. And I'll ask Julian to bring us to our final law.
Our last law, never appear too perfect. As a team, we believe to be ourselves. We make mistakes and correct them. We find our common ground, so appearing better than others is not an issue. This concludes our critique of the 48 laws as it pertains to the reflective practitioners of tomorrow.
In conclusion, the reflective practitioners of tomorrow have promised to use reflective practice in our team and the learning community to enhance our knowledge and skills on education pedagogy, for building professional expertise, for nurturing a strong professional commitment, and to assess to do justice and ethical action, for encouraging self-directed and lifelong learning, for its potential to support interdisciplinary approaches to the practice of education, and for fostering collaborative and innovative approaches to the members of our group. Our passion arises from the 48 laws of power in collaborating reflective practice through our group. Reflective practice begins where practitioners are problematizing their practice and learning afresh about both the knowledge and skill and attitudes that their practice demands. Research shows that reflective practice has its roots in the Enlightenment idea that we can stand outside of ourselves and come to a clearer understanding of what we do and who we are by freeing ourselves of distorted ways of reasoning and acting. The reflective practitioners of tomorrow seek to integrate knowledge and skill.
Starting from the premise that law only has meanings through its application to concrete situations through the set upon society, the reflective practitioners would emphasize that knowledge is best acquired through learning that is dynamic, open-ended, and contextual. Promoting reflection rather than just narrowly conceived competency, reflective practitioners train to emphasize reflectiveness, the exploration of feelings, self-awareness, and self-appraisal. Knowledge under the 48 laws of power includes development of responding to change, flexibility, and professional self-growth. Such practices will encourage teamwork as fostering self-reflection and awareness of the learning process. Each of us will bring the practice of wisdom into our careers, our politics, and the life choices we make, deepening and empowering our work for a more just, sustainable, and reflective world. It nourishes our equanimity and resilience to deal with overwhelming problems, our capacity for maintaining balance in our lives, and our ability to see clearly the conditions around us and understand them in a large perspective of constant change and interconnected relationships.